Welcome everyone to today's Speaking Part 6, Dealing with a Difficult Situation Analysis. Now, here I am in the CELPIP library and I'm going to the speaking section, Part 6, okay? And before we start, I want to let you know that I will be following the tips and strategies from the Speaking Part 6 video. Now that's about a 20-minute video that you can watch, and it gives you lots of details of how you should read the question, some extra tips that you can use, okay? It is for higher levels, but if you would like to watch it, it would be useful for you. And today we're going to do a sample from volume 9, Work Theft. So let's get started. Also, we can see in this sample, we do have some grammar practice. Grammar is very important for speaking sentences correctly, especially for part 6, for structuring our sentences, okay? And the grammar practice usually has a different topic. In this topic here, it's about modals should and about using should, okay? You can read here an explanation about should, and then we can do some grammar practice exercises. Number 2, it's late and you're very tired. So it's late and you're very tired. You should go to bed. So I did that one here. There's more exercises. And then I submit. Oh, I got one right. The one I wrote. But it says here you need to get 70% to improve. Okay. Very good grammar exercise. Also, we have some vocabulary practice. Privilege, lucky to have something. Synonyms, favored, lucky, displaced. So lots of words here with the basic meanings, synonyms, antonyms. Retirement, ending work of life, retire, start. My and I usually have meetings after work. I can see here co-workers, colleagues. So colleagues. Okay. So wrote that one down. There are 15 words. Got it right. Okay, very good practice. Grammar and vocabulary. Okay. Very good. All the sections of, or most of them, have grammar and vocabulary. Now let's get started with today's question. Okay. All right. So one big problem that we always have for lower levels is understanding the question. That is very difficult. I'm just going to put this on my board. Okay. I'm going to just go to my board here. Same question. And understanding the question for lower levels, for level 5, 6, it's a problem. And we only have 1 minute to prepare to read the question. We have 1 minute, but we can do it. It says, you know that one of your coworkers, okay? So always repeat one of my coworkers who is going to retire in a few months. Okay, it's going to retire. He's going to retire. He's going to finish work. Has been stealing from the company. Okay, stealing. Okay, has been stealing. Present perfect continuous, also difficult to understand, but if you know present perfect, stealing. So taking something from the company. And then you have seen him putting office supplies and computer parts in his bag. So, office supplies and computer parts in his bag. So, stealing on several occasions. And you have told some other coworkers about it. Okay. So, your coworker, he's going to retire, he's stealing, he's putting computer office supplies and computer parts in his bag. Okay. And you told your coworkers about it. Your coworker Sam thinks that you should not bother reporting the theft. Don't bother, don't worry. Oh, forget about it. Don't worry. Because the man is about to retire. Don't worry, he's stealing. Let's not tell the company. He's going to retire. Don't worry. Okay, that's what Sam thinks. Another coworker, Aaron, thinks that you need to report the theft to your boss. You have to tell him. You need to. Let's tell him. Let's tell the boss as soon as possible. Let's tell him. Okay? So then, what do we do? So again, your coworker is stealing and he's going to retire. He's taking office supplies and computer parts from the company. You told Sam. Sam says, don't worry about it. It's okay, don't worry. You told Aaron, we need to tell the boss. We need to report him stealing. So what do we do? Well, Sam says, talk to Sam and explain why you want to report. Sam doesn't, he says, don't worry. But if we talk to Sam, we need to tell him we need to report it. Okay? And what about Aaron? Aaron, talk to Aaron, explain why you don't want to report it. So to Aaron, we need to tell her, let's not report it. Okay? So again, a little bit difficult to understand. That makes it difficult for lower levels. We need to try to understand as much as possible. Now let's try to build an answer. And we're going to follow a structure, okay? First, we need to introduce the question. So let's do that. Let's introduce. Who are we going to speak to? Oh, Aaron. Okay. Hello, Aaron. I want to speak to you about why we should not report the theft to our boss. Should not, you see? Learning about should is important. We should not. It's not a good idea. We shouldn't. Let's not do it. So very clearly, directly, hello, Aaron, I want to speak to you about. So we're speaking directly to Aaron. Okay? So what are we going to tell Aaron? Okay, what's our first point? Firstly, I think that our coworker is going to retire very soon. So it says here that he is going to retire, you see? Very soon, in a few months. Okay, so what? We need to explain a little bit. So it's not good to make him have this difficult problem. He's going to retire. Maybe he worked in the company for a long time. So it's not good to make him have this difficult problem. Now, if you're a very good speaker, keep speaking about this one. Because he will feel really bad. He's going to retire and doesn't have money. And if we tell, keep talking about it. But also, we don't need to explain so much. And it's better if you give two ideas, okay? But you can speak through it if you can. What's another idea? Secondly, I think that our coworker is a very good person. So maybe he's stealing because he needs the money. Oh, okay. Right? Our coworker is a very good person. Mhm. He never stole before. He's a very good person. So maybe something happened and he's stealing. He needs the money, maybe for his retirement. So we should give some example. For example, he has a medical emergency. That's true, right? He's an older person, he's going to retire. Maybe he has a medical emergency and he needs the money. Okay? So we gave an example there, or maybe he doesn't have enough money for retirement. Okay. So we can talk more, and this would be enough, even for level 5, even for level 6, if you speak like this with good sentence structure, with not many simple errors or very few, you could even get 6. Okay? You can. But you need to explain clearly and without expression errors and grammar errors. Okay? Let's still put one more. Lastly, I think that we should speak to him together and tell him that we know he's stealing. Oh, let's call him and let's speak to him. We should speak to him together. And, but we don't want to report because we know he's a good person. So there you go. So it says, we know you're stealing, but we don't want to tell the boss because we know you're a good person. Okay? So again, everyone, we gave 3 ideas, but you don't need 3 ideas. For level 5, you don't need 3 ideas. If you can explain anything more and more, it's good. Just if we give only one idea and we make one idea and we make many grammar errors, maybe 4, okay? Maybe 4. And too short, we need to explain more, okay? So not level 6. If we give 2 ideas with some grammar errors, that could be 5 to 6. Yes, that could be. But we need to make sure that our ideas are clear, okay? But 2 is enough for 5, 6, okay? And so I gave here some simple ideas, 3 simple ideas. They're similar in a way, okay? For us to practice. Let's remember that the most important part is speaking it clearly and continuously without having breaks or hesitation and with good pronunciation. So I'm going to do that now in 1 minute. If we can structure our answer like I have here also, that would be great. Structuring our answer. So while I read it, please everyone, let's follow along and listen to my flow and intonation. Okay? Hello, Aaron. I want to speak to you about why we should not report the theft to our boss. Firstly, I think that our coworker is going to retire very soon, So it's not good to make him have this difficult problem. Secondly, I think that our coworker is a very good person. So maybe he's stealing because he needs the money. For example, he has a medical emergency. Lastly, I think that we should speak to him together and tell him that we know he's stealing, but we don't want to report it because we know he's a good person. Okay, so everyone, I was speaking there fairly slowly. I hope it was clear. So now, everyone, to practice, let's remember we need to try to build our fluency. And what we should try to do is try to speak this answer in 1 minute continuously and with flow. That's the first thing. Secondly, let's try to understand while we read, let's understand the sentence structure, the grammar that we're using. Let's look here, the blue. Remember, the blue is the structure, and the red is the grammar, okay? And everything else is just the words. Let's try to understand. We said here should not, should speak. Should is a good modal verb or expression to use, the right expression to use when we're giving advice or we're trying to tell someone what we think, when we're giving our opinion. Okay? So then, everyone, if you read it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, the more that you read it, the better. And the best thing to do would be try to practice speaking the answer by yourself in 1 minute without reading. Okay, everyone? All right. So now let's remember that I will be leaving a link in the description box. I will be leaving a link to this question, also with the answer. I'm going to upload the answer. And you can have the links to the grammar practice for should and the grammar exercises. Very good practice. And also vocabulary. We need to improve our vocabulary. And that will really help you improve, okay? And also, everyone, if you want more practice, our CELPIP library has lots of practice for you, everyone. Lots of practice. And for right now, if you go to the CELPIP library and you decide to purchase a library pass, there's a link at the bottom. And you can get a 3-month subscription for $10.99 if you use this discount code. Okay? And of course, that's for all the libraries: speaking, listening, reading, and writing. All current past CELPIP exams are there. And also, you see here lots of reading practice. Okay? Lots of speaking practice, lots of writing practice. So, everyone, also don't forget to like and subscribe. And that way we will be producing more content. And let's remember, practice makes perfect.